Hello students, I hope you all are fine and you all are staying indoors with your family. Please do not go out of your houses as it is not safe for you. So, let's start with our today's lesson. So in today, today we are going to discuss roles of an entrepreneur. It's a part of your unit Entrepreneurship Skills. An entrepreneur plays a variety of roles in an enterprise. Some of the roles that are played by an entrepreneur are given below. The first role that an entrepreneur plays is that of a coordinating role. In this role, an entrepreneur is responsible for coordinating several factors that are associated with the production. She is also involved with the best possible combination of factors. So, in this role, an entrepreneur makes sure that everything that is required for the production of goods and services is made available. So he starts arranging for these things. He starts coordinating with different people and tries to arrange for these things so that the production of goods can be started. And he himself manages the combination of all the factors that should be beneficial for the development of that product. The next role of an entrepreneur is that of an agent. As entrepreneurs, we bring a change to the society. So we are, as an entrepreneurs, we are viewed as agents of change. See, entrepreneurs are very good or excellent in identifying the opportunities that are there in the market. So what do they do after identifying the opportunity? They establish a business or an enterprise based on that opportunity. This helps in building up industries, and building up of industry, as you know, leads to overall development of the economy of a nation, right? The next role that is played by an entrepreneur is that of an innovator. As we have discussed in the previous videos, an entrepreneur is also known as an innovator. So why they are known as an innovator? Because they introduce new products and services in the market, or what they do is they improve on any existing product or service that is already present in the market. So entrepreneurs are the innovators. One thing to note here is that there is a big difference between innovation and invention. Invention means creating something new, and innovation means bettering or improving something that is already existing. Entrepreneurs also act like market leaders, as they provide with products and services that are different from the previous products that are available in the market. So they become market leaders in their specific domains. Now, this innovation introduced by entrepreneurs also leads to the increase in production efficiency, which in turn leads to the increase in income levels and employment at the same time. So, if the product that is being produced is increased, or the production efficiency increases, if the number of products that are being produced by an enterprise increases, this results in more number of people buying them. If more number of people are buying those products, then automatically the income level of the enterprise will improve. As well as, if we see, if we require, first we were producing 500 products, now we need to produce 1,000 products. Now for producing 1,000 products, we may need more number of laborers, or more number of human resources may be required. So that will improve the employment status of the region or the country as well. The next role of an entrepreneur is that of a risk assumption. As we have already discussed before, there is risk involved in every venture or business or an enterprise, and profit is the reward of the bearing the risk. If you're bearing a risk, then in the end you might be rewarded with the profit. Entrepreneurs, what do? They save some amount of the profits that they earn, and then they put the rest of the profit back into the business. So what does this do? This leads to a capital formation that is very necessary for the development of the economy. The next role that is played by an entrepreneur is that of imitating role. Countries that are developed, they have entrepreneurs that usually come up with new concepts or ideas. However, in developing country like India, most of the entrepreneurs come up with ideas that have been used by the entrepreneurs of the developed nation, like Uber. Uber was already in working in United States of America, but in India we came up with the concept of Ola. So Ola was what? Ola was the imitation of the innovation done by the entrepreneurs of the United States of America. The next role that is played by an entrepreneur is that of capital formation. So how does an entrepreneur create capital or mobilizes the money? So for the formation of capital, an entrepreneur mobilizes the idle savings that he already has for the purpose of carrying on with the business, because there might be times when your business might not have sufficient amount of funds to carry on its operations. So in that case, an entrepreneur mobilizes his or her idle savings or the idle savings of the organization. This mobilization of wealth increases the overall capital of the organization, and it helps in development of new assets to the organization. The next role that is played by an entrepreneur is that of a balancing role. So how do they balance? So entrepreneurs, as you already know, they provide a lot of job opportunities. So what happens is, when entrepreneurs start any organization, they start with small scale industries. So by opening small scale industries, they start the development of an entire region in which an industry has been established, by providing them with employment opportunities, by providing them with income, by providing with them a lot of things that are necessary to lead a life, right? So this reduces the imbalance in the economic development. The next role that is played by an entrepreneur is that of status transformation role. Employment is generated by the entrepreneurs along with income and wealth, which ultimately leads to improving the overall standard of living in the society. This leads to the overall development of the economy. Now let's take an example. Ram was living in a village and he did not have any job. So earlier what he used to do was, he used to get food for only 2 times a day. Now as soon as an industry got established in his village, he got a job, he started earning a handsome salary, and from that handsome salary he could afford a proper standard of living. Like he could afford a house, he could afford new clothes, he could afford food for at least 3 times a day, he could enroll his students in school, so he could buy a car. So these things led to the overall the improvement in the standard of living of Ram. So an entrepreneur plays the role of a status transformation as well. The next role of an entrepreneur is that of employment generation. We keep on discussing this fact that entrepreneurs are the ones that lead the generation of employment opportunities, as human resource is necessary to effectively run any business. This reduces the unemployment level, which is one of the biggest hindrance in the economic development. There is no business that can be run without people. Even if a business employs or makes use of machinery, we need people to run those machines. So no business is possible without human resource. Now what happens is, we keep on complaining that our country we keep on complaining that our country has a highest level of unemployment amongst the various nations that we compare ourselves with, which plays as the biggest hindrance in our development of the economy. So an entrepreneur does what? He creates a business, he starts an enterprise. As soon as he starts an enterprise, he starts hiring people. As soon as he starts hiring people, the rate of unemployment reduces. Okay, thank you class. With this we come to the end of today's session. I hope you liked it. Please keep on revising the things that I am sharing. I'm not sharing everything in bulk, so that you can read it properly, you can understand it properly. If you have any questions, please post those questions in the WhatsApp group that has been provided to you. Thank you class. Hope to meet you soon for the next class.